Coming up next is The Actors by Actors Show.
The following program has been pre-recorded and presented on a virtual soundstage with no participation of live audience.
Today's episode is sponsored by Motion Pictures Imaginary Studios, creating film art for filmmakers.
Welcome to the show!
See, broadcasting live from London. This news just in. Something strange has been happening lately, with residents reporting an increase of unexplained paranormal activity.
And the flying cups and plates have been reported amongst other strange and unexplained occurrences.
Government.
American.
Come on in. Come on in.
Gather the men. Ready your horses! Victory is ours!
Got a slight problem.
The portal ain't working.
Technically speaking, it is operational.
But we've lost control over its destination.
As if someone else was in control.
Or something.
Guys, we're about to start the show, and we really need to get through this.
I wouldn't recommend it. We can't guarantee where
or when.
What?
You'll end up.
But if there's even a gate on the other end.
What does it mean?
It means that there is a possibility.
Slight possibility.
Actually, a big one. That we don't know where he'll end up and if he'll be able to get back.
And who knows who's coming in? Just saying.
Come on in.
Who said that?
Hey, what the heck is going on, guys? What is this, like a team meeting or something?
You're on mute. What was that?
Very funny, Robbins. Very funny. We ain't got the whole day. People are waiting.
I told Arek to drive and not to play with this teleportation marvel.
What the heck are you talking about?
Why can't we just be normal?
Why is nobody ready?
Do you know what the traffic is like this time of day?
Look, it's a new technology.
Experimental.
You know what? Just go with it. I'm sure you'll be grand.
What a douche. Did you hear that?
We ain't got the whole day.
We are working here, dude.
Hey, do you realize I can still hear you?
You're never gonna find your way back.
Do you think there's a chance that also ghosts can go through it?
What are you thinking about?
I told you you were never going to find your way back, you silly bugger.
Yo ho ho in a bottle of rum. Stand your ground. Look at all that treasure.
Acuérdate de mí, mi amor.
Doors open. Train number 457 will now depart from platform 2. For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
Security systems activated.
Flight 527, you're clear for takeoff. Flight 527, ready for departure. Alright folks, we've been cleared for takeoff. We'll be flying at an altitude of 30,000 feet. We'll be experiencing some turbulence. Shouldn't last more than 15 or 20 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin. It's freezing out there. Make sure to buckle up.
I don't see how it's right, I don't see how I can. I've wrestled with it all night, just a humble man. I can't stand funerals and wakes or even worse.
All right, I'm here. Securing perimeter.
What is this place?
New York City, baby!
Shield activated. Let's stay together.
And cut! Okay, let's go one more time from the top. In this take, can y'all get closer together and look more serious? Mike, stand closer to Crystal so you don't get out of the shield that fast. Hey, John, can you make the shield a bit bigger?
On it, boss.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome. Where have you been?
I'm so glad to see you. What took you so long?
Hello, I'm Arek Zasowski. I hope you enjoyed our tour around Arek Zasowski and Motion Pictures Imaginary Studios virtual backlot, and I would like to invite you to see the show. So please follow R21B to the stage.
And now, please welcome the one and only Arek Zasowski.
Follow your dream, muchacho. Quick, the show is about to begin. Where have you been that long? Quick, the show is about to begin.
All systems activated.
Preparing teleportation. In 3, 2,
1, and go.
We've got a slight problem.
The portal ain't working.
You know what? Just go with it. I'm sure you'll be grand.
That was a round. Hello and welcome. I'm Arek Zasowski, and this is the Actors by Actors show. Tonight, I'm joined by a very special guest, an acting coach, actress, and director, Sandra K. Let's take it. Welcome to the show, Sandra. Thank you for joining me at this hour.
Well, thanks for having me, Arek.
How's your day going?
Fantastic.
Welcome to the dark side.
I love the dark side, Arek.
I usually see you teaching me acting and Robert Lewis script analysis at your masterclass. Yes, Sandra is my acting coach too, with loads of knowledge. So I'm glad that you agreed to answer a few questions on the show.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks again for having me.
Sandra, I know that during your 40 years in business, you've done a lot in your career. Acting, modeling. You've also been in a movie with my all-time favorite actors, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All The Way. That's now a holiday classic, right? But you've also done a lot of writing, directing, and producing. At some point, you were also a Beverly Hills-based talent agent. And over the past couple of years, you've been teaching acting and Robert Lewis approach script analysis and meditation at your Los Angeles-based TPSI, the Performance Studio International. Have I missed anything? That's a lot, and I wonder which part brings the most joy to your life.
Well, it's hard to say. When I got cast to play with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the scene where I beat him up in the head with a purse, that was 8 hours of bliss. And I had a lot of fun working with him. He was actually a very generous actor and very funny. We had a good time on set. And I'm really happy that that's become a holiday classic. It's so great to do a holiday film and be remembered for it. Teaching, I've been teaching for over 30 years. I love it. I love actors. I love teaching. I love teaching the craft and being as thorough and as close to Stanislavski as I can. Of course, what I teach is based in Robert Lewis, who I had the good fortune to study directly with him in New York City. And Meryl Streep did too. And she studied with him when he was the head of the Yale Drama Department. And he just taught me how to break a script down super easy. And I love that. And motivating, is it motivating? Is that what you're asking me, Ari? What motivates me or what? No, what brings me most joy, right? What brings me most joy? Oh gosh, it's so hard when you're an artist and you get to do so many wonderful things. And it all brings you joy in the moment. So what you try to do is live in the moment and enjoy the ride, kids, because there's lots of ups and downs in this business.
Yeah, that's true. There are loads of ups and downs in this business. And you've got to love it. Can you share with us, how did you start and what motivated you?
As an artist, I got my start with piano and started playing and training in classical music at 5 years old. And I trained for about 12 years. I'm a little bit rusty, but I play a really good California Dreamin' to entertain myself. From there, I got into modeling. And then that took me to New York, and I had some success with that and signed with Ford. And then a producer, for lack of a better word, discovered me and got me into acting. And I started training with some really great coaches and acting coaches, and I started doing a lot of stage off Broadway, and that's where I cut my teeth. What motivates me is money. To be honest, money. And I think that is something that motivates a lot of us in this business, is fame and fortune. We're gamblers. We roll the dice. We think this project is going to be the one that is the breakthrough project. So that motivates me. And the thing that motivates me most is the audience, because I love moving an audience. I love making an audience laugh, especially because I love comedy. But I've also done drama, so I love feeling that audience with you and moving an audience. There's a lot of power in that and a lot of responsibility in that too.
And how did you get into being an agent in Beverly Hills? That's interesting.
Well, it was interesting how it happened. Stephanie Allensworth is from Minnesota. I was teaching in Minnesota. I was going back and maintaining my studio, even though I lived here in Los Angeles. Once a month, I'd go back to Minneapolis to teach. And she knew about me. She dropped by and needed an agent. And I said, yeah, it was perfect timing. And I wanted to learn that end of the business. And it was very eye-opening, for sure.
Thinking about being an agent and wearing that professional hat for a moment, what do you think would be one important thing to know for new starting out actors?
You got to remember that your agent works for you for free until you book something. So be nice and don't complain. And you may not think that they're submitting you, but they're submitting you a lot. If they ask you to get new headshots, get new headshots. If they're asking you to take a class, take a class. Do what they're asking you to do without complaining and without excuses, and that will propel you forward. Because you've got to think of yourself as a product. That's what I teach my actors, to think of yourself as a product. So that will remove you slightly from when you have to sell this product. And I teach that in my classes too, that dreaded tell me about yourself type of question that we always get asked. And how do I do that? How do I promote this product and want people to like me and want people to use me? And being an agent was helpful in me learning how to be a better actor, because I learned that appreciation goes really, really far with an agent. So make a point to send them a little present at the holiday season. Make a point to remember their birthdays. Make a point just to send them a thank you card after you had a really good audition that they got for you. And that agent will work for you harder, I promise.
That is so true. You got to appreciate all good coming to your life to attract more good coming to your life and say thank you more frequently.
Right, it's spiritual, right? It's manifesting.
Sandra, you've also done a lot of screenwriting and pitching your content to big studios and networks. Which piece are you most proud of? Can you tell us more about it?
Well, I have 13 scripted and non-scripted ideas currently. They are in different stages. Some are in script, some treatment, some pitch related. The what I'm most proud of is a sketch comedy, which is a mock 3D sketch variety show that we started in Minneapolis. And out of the blue, Carsey Warner called me in Minneapolis. Carsey Warner is a production company here in Los Angeles that produced that 70s show, Third Rock from the Sun. Just their big television producers. And they called me out of the blue and wanted to know about this idea. And then that's what motivated me towards creating content. So from their interest, I was able to come out to Los Angeles in 1998 and pitch Bette Midler's production company a different scripted supernatural sitcom idea, and met a wonderful person I still am friends with, Yvette Taylor. She currently works for Morgan Freeman, but she encourages me and she's a mentor to me, so you need those in this business as well. From that, I really love ITT. We were able to pitch that. That was because it was a Mach 3D, we're able to pitch that around town. And we got interest from Sony and NBC. They wanted us to find a comedian, Sony, to be the head of this ITT. And then they were going to run with it. And that is harder than you think. You know, you get close to contracts, you get this green light, but then wait, you need to do this. You get this green light and wait, you need to do that. So that's kind of the nature of the business. I've pitched Sidekicks, which is not only to Bette Midler, but also to Paramount. And I really love Supernatural. I love things that are out of the box. HBO said of ITT that it was groundbreaking, and CBS called it a really unique idea. And I think Eddie Murphy's looking for a great live variety show. It'd be right up his alley. If you're watching, Eddie, give me a call.
You never know who is watching. Maybe you'll get lucky. Sandra, I know that you've been acting for some time, but you've also directed over 250 plays. Am I right? Would you like to share more about it?
I started directing in New York City. I directed a one-act, and that got wet my whistle for directing. Then when I moved to Minneapolis, I started directing my students in Wide Variety Theater, which was an industry showcase. And we had great success with that. I did over, close to 100 productions of that. Here in Minneapolis, and eventually we did it here in Los Angeles. And every production, an actor got an agent, or more than one actor could get an agent and work off of them. So they were really, really good in that way to promote my work and the students' work as well. Paramount came once, which was a thrill. A casting director from Paramount came to one of our wide variety theater shows, and she stayed after and was so impressed that she gave me a wonderful quote and said, "You can tell Sandra's actors are very well trained." And that was from seeing my actors perform in these one acts that were generally comedic, but we would do drama too. So they were a lot of fun for me to direct and take pride in the development of my students and to watch them really grow. I've also directed for camera as well as for stage. I enjoy both mediums.
Sandra, let's pause for a moment. Let's get to know each other a little bit better. I'll ask you a question and you pick one answer. Ready?
Okay.
Favorite vacations? Beach or jungle?
Beach.
East Coast or West Coast?
Sorry, my New York friends. West Coast.
City or country?
Country.
Film or theater?
Television.
I like television too. Acting, writing, teaching, or directing?
Directing, because I love having the actor be a piece of clay and being able to mold them into the vision I see, but also collaborate, the collaborative process of the director with the actor. I love that too.
On that note, thinking about your future career, say next 10 years horizon, if you had the magic wand and could expand in any direction you would like to succeed in, what would that be and what does success look like? And you never know, maybe someone who is watching this show right now will be able to help to achieve it.
If I had a magic wand and in 10 years, what's it going to look like in 10 years? I would like to continue teaching for the rest of my life because I love it. And I love the craft and I love actors. So I'd love to be doing that for the rest of my life. Magic wand, I would love to have that hit show on television. I'd love to affect millions with my work, right? And influence an audience of that size. We currently perform for the veterans here. In Los Angeles, we do live sketch comedy. My masterclass does that. And I think about, wow, could I reach millions of veterans and uplift their spirits if I could get a show streaming or on television? So it goes back to the audience again with that answer, I guess.
Very interesting. Well, I wish you all the best and good luck, Sandra, with all your future plans. Wait a minute, I should rather say break a leg, right? We shouldn't be saying good luck to each other. By the way, do you know where this phrase originated from, break a leg? It sounds rather extreme in some ears, and our viewers might be wondering, what am I talking about, break a leg? Seriously? So if you know, please let us know.
It does sound scary. Some people don't know where it comes from, so they don't like people to say it to them. Entertainers sometimes don't like that. It's bad luck to say good luck to an actor. I do not know where that comes from. I would like to know, but I don't know yet. The break a leg, there's two places that comes from. One is back in vaudevillian days. So the curtain right by the side where you would come in is called the leg. You would break the leg of the curtain to come on stage. So in vaudevillian days, if you did not break a leg and come on stage, you did not get paid. So fellow actors would, say to each other, break a leg, hoping you get on stage so you could make that $50 a week or whatever they would pay you back in that day and time. And then the one that I like the best is if you're applauding, right? If the audience is applauding and I bow, I'm breaking my leg at the hip, right? And if I curtsy, I'm breaking a leg at the knee. So if you break a lot of legs, it's the audience loves you and they don't want to let you get off stage. So you want to break a lot of legs.
That's so interesting, Sandra. Thank you for sharing. Now, thinking about actors, what one piece of advice would you give to someone who is just getting into acting?
Run in the other direction. No, I'm kidding. It's a hard business. So if you're just starting out, my suggestion is to get with a good coach. Get with someone who knows the business as well is also important. Have a tough skin. I once read from a novelist that he was being interviewed, and they said, and he got some bad reviews on his book, and the interviewer says, how do you deal with those bad reviews? He goes, my skin's like Teflon. And I like that because it means it doesn't even stick to you. Whatever people say about you just kind of. So you got to be tough. You got to persevere. You got to just keep moving forward. You got to do it because you love it. Let me just tell you this. If you do not love it, if there's anything else that you love more or as much as acting, go do it. Because it's that hard of a business. And I just want you to be happy. So do what you love.
Fascinating. And a final question. Do you have your favorite quotation? Would you like to share it with us? I know that you've just said about Teflon, and by the way, that was fantastic and I love it. But is there any other that you feel like you would like to share with us?
To thy own heart be true. I'll just quote the best Shakespeare, Hamlet. And if you follow your heart, you'll never be disappointed.
That is so true. We've got to keep doing what we love doing.
Yeah.
Time is passing anyways. Thank you for sharing, Sandra. It's been a great pleasure to have you on the show tonight. And thank you for joining us all the way from sunny Los Angeles.
Thank you so much for having me, Arek. It's been a real pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sandra K. Horner.
Surround you at your table. May it breathe in the words you share each day. May it be the light that guides you, comforts you as you find your way. May the love that you have come to know grow and radiate from your heart
a light to those around you, bring you peace that never parts. As you start your life together, may God's presence guide you on your way, with your hopes set on forever. May God bless you. May God bless you.
Thank you and good night.